Whoa, everybody. I think it's recording. Is it recording? There it is.
It
Recording,
says
I think
this.
it started. It says it's a bit of a lag. Awestruck Comics Podcast, episode something. It's almost 150, I think. I think we're close. We're getting
Oh
close to
man, we should have a big party.
it's hard to see.
No shizzle.
But let's do it. Let's get into it. I saw something that was sent to the group and I was like, let me look this up. How far, when are we recording? What can I pull this up? So I stoop somehow I door dashed. Let me put this on the thing. I door dashed this. I'm embarrassed at this, but I door dashed this combo from
No, you
Krispy
didn't.
Kreme. Yeah.
That's
All right.
hilarious. Yeah.
Now, when I door dashed it, okay, I was a little nervous because I'm just like, you know what? Promotion just started. So there is a giant chance that they're not going to have the extra things, that they're not going to have this, which they have, which is good. I want that. I want a little He-Man thingy. I can just put it in
Okay.
cupcakes or whatever at all times. Good.
Yep.
And then same
Every
thing, Skeletor head, good job. Now the donuts look pretty gross. That does not look as appetizing as that. And I don't know if I'm even going to eat that one. That one looks fucking nuts.
You're
This one
Italian.
looks
You're gonna eat it.
okay, but look, there's like two of the things on it. They're there, but
Yes.
I'll
It's
probably
not.
eat this. I'm not sure if it's a jelly or something
Mark,
in there
it's
though.
like when you see a McDonald's burger on the sign, you're like, oh man, it looks like a great burger.
This green is like
Oh, that is not the
gross.
same green. That looks
It's not
like
the same.
that looks like split pea soup poured on a donut.
So I don't know if I'm going to eat that because I'm afraid I might get sick throughout the show. So I'm just gonna. But again, I spent I guess like $10 because I wanted this dumb thing
You know
because
what?
I'm an idiot.
It's good for the show, Mark. Good
Good
for
for
the
the show.
show.
We'll get into some more He-Man stuff. We love it. News O of the
Hey,
week.
man.
News O of the week. Let me see if I can go back here and get to the beginning O to news. Beginning O
News,
to
news,
news.
news, news, news.
Here we go. Let's do it. Okay, so I don't know. So this was the scoop of the week, and I don't know if this is a real thing because I see it nowhere. I
It's
saw
only a
it
scoop and
nowhere.
not news.
Now, this I think is Rich Johnson of Bleeding Cool trying to speculate, and maybe there is talks. Maybe there is, and there may be a 90% chance that this is actually happening, that Kirkman is getting. So the whole story is basically Kirkman's getting the gold key, uh, Magnus Turok Solar. Okay, now
Right. Because Valiant
Solar.
Comics in the late 80s, somehow Jim Shooter always had a good relationship with Gold Key. So he got the rights to do the 1960s characters, Solar Man of the Atom, Turok Son of Stone, Magnus Robot Fighter. All really good yet sometimes boring books, but they were all really good. Did you try to read any of that stuff? Like when Valiant
No,
got them in the 80s, did you ever go back and read them?
I did buy a reprint of they did because I think it was Russ. What is it, Russ Heath? I'm trying to think who did the old or Russ. I don't want to say Russ Manning, but that sounds like the that's right. I'm thinking of Rex Manning Day from Empire Records. That's not the same thing. Um, here's the thing. I feel like that. What has Kirkman not got? He didn't get the first wave when Dreamwave got Transformers. He tried for that or no?
No, he was part of it. Not
Part of
Transformers.
it.
He didn't try to get I don't think he went for Transformers, but he was friends with Val Staples who went for He-Man.
Okay.
So he was right there at the beginning of the He-Man stuff. In fact, he might
And
have even
he
helped
wrote
pitch.
he wrote a lot of the He-Man like
He
origin books.
he wrote yeah, and he wrote yeah, right. The Icons of Evil miniseries,
Yep.
which are great if you can go get them because you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
one drawn by Tony Moore, E.J. Sue. They're good books.
Now my
So
only thing is in my when we talk about like nostalgia, who is this for? I don't know because here's the thing: we are 50 years old. I'm 50 years old. We're 50 years old, and they just had to revert Flash after Jeff Johns is no longer in the company. They finally they're like, all right, let's put Flash. It's Wally West, everybody. Okay, Wally West was our Flash from 1987 for 90 something, 2000 something. And then Jeff Johns is like, everyone misses Barry. I'm
2010,
like, I'm not sure if everyone misses Barry.
I think
Right.
Barry came
So,
back like right before New 52, which was like 2012, right?
right. But I was like, I don't know if everyone misses Barry. And then like the Hal Jordan stuff, I kind of get. They're like, all right, let's revive Hal Jordan, Green Lantern Rebirth. Let's do that. And they did a good job with that because it's just an ensemble. Like it's that makes so Green Lantern makes sense and Hal Jordan always needs to be there. Sure. But Barry Allen never made any sense to me because even when you watch the TV show, he's more Wally-esque. That Barry Allen
Yeah.
is
No, it's
in
it's
job, boring job,
Generation
CSI
X.
job.
Generation X is the last great lump of new comic book collectors. So
Mhm.
when you and I came into comics, it was Wally. So we immediately attached to Wally. Like we knew Barry Allen, we knew Super Friends Barry Allen, but like we also knew Hal Jordan because they were giving us Emerald Dawn and they were giving us the new ongoing
Mhm.
series. So
Yeah,
Hal Jordan was important to us. So when they
good
killed
reboot.
Hal Jordan in the late '90s, we missed Hal Jordan. Nobody was. We weren't old enough to miss Barry Allen. Now bringing back Barry Allen, I was never against bringing him back. There was something cool, something. There was almost something out of reach about the greatness of Barry Allen. In fact, you're right. He might have almost been better as the legend of Barry Allen. Nobody was
Yep,
better. You know what I mean?
yep.
Like when he would show up, it's like, oh, I'm from the future. I'm from the past. Or I don't tell me about what happens to me. I don't want to know about Crisis. Like there was something
It's
cool
Captain
about
Marvel.
that.
It's what they do with Captain Marvel, I think, uh, in Marvel, where they bring him back for like an imaginary series, or he's in Green. He's it's you're in the Nether Realm with him.
It's something so important.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not. Now, I like Flash Rebirth, but it's not as good as Green Lantern Rebirth.
Mhm.
So I don't mind bringing back Barry Allen, but he never should have taken over the show because you made Wally West worse. Like all of a sudden, everyone started writing Wally West like he kind of sucked,
He's an idiot.
or, yeah, and
He's
he's
not
not.
smart.
He
Yeah.
don't downgrade Wally to up build Barry. You should have both been great, and you could have done a book because the Flash is so good. There's no better comic about legacy than the Flash,
Mhm.
because how often did we have Golden Age Flash? How often did we have Max Mercury? Have we
Right.
had Impulse? You know, we they would sometimes talk about the Tornado Twins. Like the Flash is about family. Before Fast and the Furious, they're
Right.
Fast and the
The
Flash.
family. Um. So
So
so the whole thing with this to bring back Magnus, Turok, and Solar, everyone that would be nostalgic for those by themselves, and then I'll get to my next point. Those
all
by
right,
themselves, they're all dead. They're all 70, 80, 90. They're dead. They're dead. So sorry. And
they
they're not
they
buying
were
comics. We're
never
so
they were never that popular to begin with.
right. Also, they're just not buying comic books, period. Okay. And this is the whole point of everything, you know. Um, the only reason we like them is because, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, we like them because they were mashed up with newer concepts. They were mashed up with Bloodshot, Harbinger, Exo Manowar. Like that was the dichotomy of that. You had Exo Manowar, you had like a Iron Man esque thing, Ninjak next to like a guy in like kind of like a skirt, like you know what I mean, like fighting robots. You
But
know, like so like it was all
the
that mix. I think
did
made
we
it better.
did we
That
like them?
Valiant universe,
Like I didn't like Valiant until I read a Barry Windsor Smith Solar story. I didn't read.
which you don't like actually, you because you think
No,
it's
no,
not really.
I like the Barry Windsor Smith. Solar Zero
Yeah.
is phenomenal. It's the Solar ongoing series that is overly convoluted.
Mhm.
Not good, not a good starting point. But the Solar Zero is phenomenal.
Right. Right.
But also, what did we like? We didn't like Ninjak until Joe Quesada drew him. I didn't love
Right.
Turok until Bart Sears drew him.
Right.
We're
Right. Right. Right.
even I knew Harbinger was good. I read Harbinger. It was good, but like who drew it? You know what I mean? Like I mean, it was Dave Lapham and
Dave
stuff.
Lapham. But yeah, but it was all. But Dave Lapham was always just storytelling, and you're like, I guess, like I don't know, like we
It
were
was
basically told by Wizard, you should like this.
yes.
Writers, you should like this. So you're like, okay, I guess I like it, but I never stayed with anything. Like
No,
I
when
have
you
Exo Man of War 13, 14, 14, 15, whatever the two issues of, and then the two issue Bart Sears drew. I don't have any other
yeah,
ones, you know?
and what else do you love? You love Zero because Joe Quesada drew it.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
like, and we knew that like if Jim Shooter wrote it, it was good. But if Jim Shooter wrote it and somebody we like drew it, then you have a hit.
Right. If Don Perlin drew it, I'm good, you know?
Right. We
Bob
appreciate.
Hall was the mix of that because Bob Hall, in my opinion, like his Shadow Man run
Yeah.
is really fucking good because
Yeah.
it's he's drawing. It almost turns into like his old Bob Hall style, but then he turned it like a little bit up. He upped it,
He upped it.
like Leonardi, like it's like
Mhm.
Leonardi finished it or something. It was a little
I
bit
love I
edgier.
love Bob Hall, his
They were
Squadron
good though.
Supreme stuff. I love Bob Hall's Squadron Supreme so much.
Yep, almost John Byrne. So I don't
Almost.
know. Just to be clear, I don't know who this is for because look at this. So we have this, right? So this is the reboot. This is the Valiant reboot. Then you had, yeah, this is in order, okay? Because I think the one down here. Then you had the Acclaim, which was Pyre, McCone, McKenna,
Right.
and then the next one was Jim Shooter, Bill Reinhold. Okay, so that was the Dark Horse Shooter reboot through through Dark Horse. He did all three, I believe. And then when it went to Magnus Robot Fighter again, Corey Smith, future Conan artist, and Fred Van Lente. So they all have had good B plus people. But what we spoke a little bit about in the pre-show, nothing stays. They're canceling a Spider-Man comic book that should be ongoing. That the writer was a writer for 10 years, right? Like,
Huh?
and they can't keep that alive. They can't keep that book alive.
Oh, you
It
know what
gets
I got to
five
send you,
issues.
Mark? I have an issue of Slow Death, okay, that has a Richard Corbin story parodying Magnus Robot Fighter, and it's so
Oh,
good.
okay. Oh, I'll look
Oh
at that.
man,
So here we go. So we got Solar. So that was okay. So we had with Barry Windsor Smith, but did he draw Solar or no?
just every issue had like a 3 or 4 page backup. It's actually in the middle of the comic, and those backup stories merged together to make Solar Zero. So
Yeah.
while the story's happening and it's really convoluted, oh by the way, here's part of its origin in the
So you
middle of
get
it.
12. And then they
Terrible.
made a Solar Zero
Yes,
comic. Yeah.
yes,
All right. I guess I need to maybe find that because I need it for my Barry Windsor Smith collection.
it's so good.
So that you have Priest, Patrick Zurcher does the Acclaim because they bought them for video games, right? So Acclaim bought Valiant, made a very successful Turok game, I believe it did really
Super,
really
super
well.
fun game.
And then but then even look at then you have the Dark Horse, which was Jim Shooter, Dennis Calero again,
These
B
were probably,
plus.
listen, all these books I would read again. Some of them I
Uh,
read, some of them I haven't.
the
Uh,
Dynamite I never read. That was Joe Bennett and Barbieri. That's a Ariel Lavetti cover. And then
didn't you know
lastly,
Warren Ellis and Derek Robertson? I think did a Solar one shotter. Was it going to be ongoing? I think the Acclaim stuff got cut off midway, so there's some like unpublished
yeah,
Acclaim books.
probably, yeah. There's probably, and then so you have Turok, so you have the old stuff. Then you have, I don't know if Ron Mar, I don't remember who wrote this, if it was Tim Truman or Ron Mars. I know Tim Truman took it over later. Turok, so that's your Bart Sears, Jim Shooter, Eduardo Francisco, which is he's like a he, he's basically like a Dynamite artist, and then Dynamite has Roberto Castro, which is actually pretty good. Ron Mars and both Bart Sears, they just kept doing Bart Sears covers.
Why not?
Can't
That's what I
Why
would
not?
go
Except for
for.
that one. So again, I looked everywhere. There was only one other bad comic book website which just copied the article and AI'd it slightly. Like, but there is no official word that this is happening. I don't know because here's the other thing, is that Kirkman has a stable of people, but he doesn't really have new people, right? He still has EJ Sue. He still has his who's his writer? His
Benito Cereno.
Yeah, yeah. That guy's an editor. He's not really a writer. Like, I know and we'll see that as I think Capes goes on, because I think as Capes goes on, it becomes more Benito. I don't think it's going to
It
be as
it
good.
Cape 7 came out this week, and thumbs up.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
think as
I
long as
don't want,
I think as long as Kirkman directs them, it's good. You
but I
know,
got to see
Kirk.
who he's going to bring. Like, who is he going to bring in? Oh, well, actually, I got you here. Here we go. Let's do it. We'll fan cast it right now. Turok, ready? Andrew Kroenke should draw it. Our boy Bloodrick guy should draw it. Maybe write it. I don't know.
That's
Like
you're
that Turok
100%.
would probably be great.
Yeah.
Um,
But then you think about the slew of covers. So all of a sudden, like automatically, you're going to get Jorge Corona, Daniel Warren Johnson,
yeah.
all his boys. You'll get Tony Moore, Corey Walker, Ryan
Right,
Otley.
but those guys like
But
remember
those are
Tony Moore,
covers
Corey Walker's, they're going to be they're cartoon. I know Corey Walker is doing the backup for Capes.
in Cape 7, right? The
Elemental.
Elemental.
Get it? Elemental.
Elemental, girl. I'm mental.
So I again, I don't know who he's going to bring. Williamson's kind of spread. So
I
Williamson
can't
can't do
imagine
any
him
of
doing
this.
another book. No,
He can't do
no.
anything. Dan Waters maybe can pull over. Larry Hama's tapped. Larry Hama's doing his own thing, so I don't think he can get tapped. But I think his stable of people, because to me, I kind of feel it's strange that Kirkman's like, oh, I don't have anyone else. I guess I'll write Transformers. Like to me, that's weird. I feel like he
That's
should have picked
that's
someone.
bull. No, he just said that. He loves Transformers. He
No,
loves it as much as we do.
I can't. I'm trying to read his run, and I can't seem to get into it. Can't
No,
do it. I
I
can't do
like
it.
it, but I'm really deep in the weeds in this. Yes, I don't know who he would choose. It's got to
Like
be something new. It's got to
Magnus.
bring a new feel to it. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but they have to be they can't be Energon. They can't be Invincible Universe. So it has to be another
No,
he's going to run a third universe. It just to me it's a little I even think Mask is a little bit of a stretch. I know they're integrating it slightly, but Void Rivals is always going to be number 3 on it. Now Mask will be the new number 3. It's always going to be Transformers GI Joe. And somehow GI Joe Real American Hero still is maintaining a giant fan number,
I love
which I
it.
think is really good. And it's actually look, I Larry Hama doesn't have a retirement plan. We just don't. These guys don't have retirement plans. So good on Kirkman
No,
to when he bought it. Was that the deal? He bought it, but he wanted he it was a clause, or he just says, "Hey, I'm
no,
giving Larry Hama a break."
Hasbro asked him, say, hey, everything you do, just do it, Kirkman. They loved all Kirkman's plans.
Mhm,
They said, hey, but would you mind if you continued the Harry Lama G.I. Joe?
mhm.
Larry Hama
Very
G.I.
well.
Joe? And Kirk was like, F yeah. I'm like, why would I? Yeah, that's great. I'll do it. Like, I wasn't sure he could do it, but Hasbro asked him. That's what
Okay.
he, so
Well,
that's what he
good.
told me
And
anyway.
again, look, he got paired initially with Mooneyham, and Mooneyham loves it. Mooneyham's doing these variants that are really hard to not buy, like the Hamophiles variants. Have you seen those?
Yeah, yeah, they're
Ugh,
right.
they're really
You know
hard
what?
to not purchase.
Mooneyham to G.I. Joe to me is like more to Superman. I love more drawing anything Superman.
Mhm.
So
Right, right,
keep
right.
drawing all your variants. I'll keep getting them.
Yeah.
They just go together.
This is actually kind of interesting. So this is a Marvel Legends series recard that they're putting on Amazon. It's pre-ordering now. I watched the first 2.5 episodes of this. I like garish colors, so I watched it in color. I know that's probably a crime, but I think
No,
it's cool.
it's not.
I
It's
think
a
it's cool
unique
that
choice.
they're shooting it. Well, they shot it in this high res, high color, and then they color grade it higher. They turn it up more. They Technicolored it, and they Technicolored it even higher. I saw Lamorne Morris talk about he was on an interview or something. He talked about how much he loved his costumes. He walked in every day. He's like, "Oh my God, look at these fucking suits." And they were saying that you're poor. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But back then, even when you were poor, like you try to figure it out to the point where there's nothing in his there was nothing in his fridge and he had a ketchup sandwich. Now, I never resorted that far as a ketchup, but I understand it. I
No,
understand that.
no.
That's what they ate in like the Depression. It's a specific meal. They're like, I guess I'm doing this. I guess this is going to be good enough.
It's it's poor. Oh, hello.
Got a dog coming. Dog
Yeah, she just.
cameo.
Oh,
Oh,
it's like ridiculous how cute she is.
now I like this. I think this looks really good. I think this is a pretty cool figure. I'm trying to remember who did the video. There's someone who did a video on Spider-Man Noir. I think it was Comic Strick, and he's really mad that how they've adapted. They just kind of killed the character when it first started. It was like basically this like French writer Fabrice Sobolowski, and then David Hine like kind of wrote it, and the first couple were DiGomenico and really really violent, which is closer to the TV show. But then it got softer, and then they made him softer and softer. And now I think they killed him in one of the Spider-Verse things. So, but
Really?
anyway, looks
Bless
good.
you.
Yeah, I believe he's dead. I think in one of the split, but who cares? Doesn't
Who
matter,
cares?
right?
Did you
Um,
read? Did you read Eric Larson's miniseries?
no, because because I
It's
feel like it
pretty good.
wasn't it. But it's not Spider Noir. It's just a quippy. It's Spider-Man.
Well, he went back. Larson said he went back and read the other series, and he tried to like meld them together, like because they're all different. Like he goes,
They're
I
all
feel like
different.
everyone
Correct.
was different. He was, so I tried to meld it and then make what works with those books work with what was in the movie, which is the main Spider Noir that people know.
Yeah, yeah.
People really only know the movie.
Right.
So and he goes, and I tried to give him all new villains. He goes, I love creating villains.
Mhm.
Larson once said he had like a daydream about taking over Spider-Man and doing like a 30 issue Ditko run, and just every issue be like a new villain. Just create villains the way Ditko and Lee did.
I
I'm
can't.
like,
These are
well,
all horrible. These are horrible.
they it's turning my stomach watching you eat them. And I don't mind donuts, but you know what it is, Mark? I don't eat like
Krispy Kreme donuts are
factory.
so sweet. They're second. They're. I can't. I'm too
No,
old.
I gotta chase every bite with with a drink of milk. Like I gotta take a shot of
Ooh.
milk every time I take a bite of a donut. And we have multiple Amish markets around us. Amish markets in South Jersey.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Every other city's
Amazing.
got one. And those donuts are ridiculously incredible.
Yeah, but they're not. They're well. This is like they make a donut and then they just put it back in the like sugar batter, so it has like an
Yeah,
out of
right.
that crispy. It's like then they put shit on top of it. Fuck. Ugh. Anyway, we'll all put this in the chat. I did see this before. I don't know. I guess I could guess I can go on YouTube and see. So Stanley has this company bought the rights to Stan Lee somehow, so they can basically do an AI Stan Lee. And I just hate it. I just hate all this. And they did
I
an
hate.
AI
You know what sucks?
in
It's
LA
going to
Comic
sound
Con
good.
last year.
It used to be we could joke around it, and it would be like, they would just take old words and sew them together. Like, "Hey there, true believer, it's me,
Yeah, yeah,
Stan
yeah.
Lee." But now it's going to sound good, and you're like, I hate that more. Like, I don't want it to sound better. I want it to sound like shit.
I don't want. Okay, I just don't know. I don't know. I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
But then do you think to yourself, Stan Lee's dead? Like,
Is this a
do
tribute to him
we?
or is this a money-making venture? That's the issue. If these
Right.
guys are making $0, and I don't know if they made any money off that hologram experience, did they? I don't know. I don't think
I
so.
don't know. But
I
I,
just don't
I
like it.
don't want. I don't mind. Like, for instance, she's on my lap if you want her. Peter Cullen's 82 years old. I
Mm,
love Peter Cullen. I don't know if we've gotten anything new from him lately. His Invincible lines were recorded probably a year and a half to 2 years ago.
mm.
But I want more Optimus Prime in the future, and I think an AI Peter Cullen would be better than any voice actor. Every voice actor I've heard just isn't the same. They just go
Well,
for a deep voice. They don't. So, and Darth Vader's only going to be AI in the future.
right, right, right. But see,
But you
here's the
want,
thing. Even when they had James Earl Jones, someone should have said, "Hey, let's go back and like, hey, James, you're old. You know you don't sound that good, right? You sound okay." He should know that. He should, it's not going to. You're not going. I don't think you're going to offend him and say, "Hey, like, we're going to tighten this up." Listen, most of these actors never watch anything that they're in. Like 90% of them don't like doing it. And I
yes,
understand that. You know what I mean? Because I edit the show and I rarely go back and I'm like, I saw it. I saw it twice. I saw it 3 times. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't go back and see it. So James Earl Jones isn't going to watch a Star Wars movie and be like, wait a second, that's not mine. And I know that they with Luke, I think. Did Luke talk in the Mandalorian show? I don't I think
yeah,
Mark Hamill
yeah.
talked.
They whole the AI Mark Hamill's voice. It was they just
Right.
youngified him.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Like, but he's a voice actor, so he kind of knows. You know what I mean? He had a
Right,
second
right.
life as a voice
They
actor.
should have youngified Harrison Ford in that last Indiana Jones movie.
I know. Like again, that was distracting. Like
Hey,
you
did you
should just tell
know?
him. And
Did,
Harrison Ford ain't watching that shit. He ain't
this
watching
is
that shit.
good. This is great news. But James Earl Jones turned down Unicron, and
Oh,
I'm like, thank God,
yeah.
because we got Orson Welles, and I can't imagine anyone better than Orson Welles doing Unicron.
Oh, yeah, when he dies at the end, he just probably literally died.
That was his
I love
actual
it that
death
my
scene.
favorite
They
movies
just,
for a long time was the beginning of Orson Welles' career
yeah,
and the end of Orson Welles' career. Um,
from Kane to Citizen Kron.
yeah. Um, I'm pretty happy about this. So I have the DC app, which I think is great, but they threw 4 or 5 DC finest on there, and I was like, whoa. So I was pretty excited about that because I think those collections are really good. They're basically Marvel Epic collections, but they're slightly improved upon because they don't number them. They're just by year. They title it and they don't number them. I think it's really really good. But having the DC app, they put a lot of trades on the DC app, but none of the DC finest. I will have a little bit of an essay. I'm probably going to do a separate video because I think I've talked to you about this. Neil Adams, when Neil Adams did a Dead Man like super nice hardcover in the 2000s, he went back to redraw his first issue of Dead Man that George Rizzo inked. And it's finished really heavy, and Neil Adams hates it. So this old Strange Adventures book, it's fine, but you can see it's basically like Neil Adams layout since George Rizzo finishes, okay? Neil Adams did his like bullshit elbow in Neil Adams shit, redrew the whole thing, had Continuity Studios, whatever the fuck that is today, right? His son or whatever,
Right.
color it. So then in the middle of this Dead Man collection, you have
That Josh
Classic
Adams.
Dead Man, Classic Dead Man. Then you have this like looks brand new, looks like Batman the Odyssey, right? Looks like Batman his like minis that he did. And you're
Hmm.
like, like a guy. So it looks real garish and the colors are not DC coloring. And the next issue, then you have to go back to 1969 and look at a different Dead Man. And it's like, no, I don't want this. So then they put out the DC Finest. I look through it in the store and they put the fucking reprint in the middle of it. And I'm like, no, you put the original in it. Like if you go on the DC app, the original is in the DC app, The Strange Adventures. It's in there. The eye for an eye story is in there as is,
You know,
as printed. Actually, it's
with the
scanned. They don't have a digital version of it. So they were like putting it together. They clean these up. They're like, well, we already have a digital version of this fucker. Let's throw it in DC Finest. No, that's not the same thing. It's also not credited correctly in the book itself because Bob Oster didn't technically ink that one, correct? You know what I mean? Because that's a 2002 re-ink. So listen, DC, real quick. He's dead. It's okay. You don't need to cater to him anymore. It's okay. Like I even feel
he's
like
not going to do anything new for you.
I even feel like, when Disney and now that Lucas is further away from Disney and now Disney is just kind of creatively bankrupt, they're like, "Hey, guess what we're doing, everybody? We said we're never doing this. Lucas isn't doing it, but we're running out of money. We keep making these projects, we're running out of money." They're putting out Star Wars 77 cut
Right.
again. I think it's crazy. Like I think that's crazy. Like for so long, I have bootlegs of it. I have a good Blu-ray of it, but holy mackerel. So anyway, that's my little rant on
Which
this. But
which is made from what? The laser disc?
I think, well, no. So I have a Harmy version. I have a version that there's this guy who's like this like video editor. He takes uh different versions. I think he takes the laser discs plus some of the audio from the other versions and kind of puts them all together.
Okay.
It's like the Harmy Despecialized Edition 7.0. He used to just put him out through torrents and hey, it's illegal, but whatever. You want it, here it is. Like, so he
No.
just
If you love
avoided it
something,
for
you
time.
do that stuff for free.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I do love that these are up, again, have a nice spine on it. But I do these are the ones that I really like. I like that how like it's a bunch of weird collections. And there's a Western collection that's not up just yet, but I feel like this is pretty fun that they're
This is
putting these fuckers
awesome.
out.
Oh, gorilla one? That's so
It's
smart.
all apes. Yeah, so it's all apes in that one. So like again, these are all up now. And on the DC app, they're panel to panel. And guess what? These fuckers are wonderful panel to panel. They're
No,
so
silver,
cool.
golden and silver age, even a bronze, look so good panel to panel.
And then this is what they're saying. They're coming out. So look, they got the Western coming. Then they have release dates. They even says it. So like they're putting out a press release for this. This I think is 85 a year. Super fucking worth it because again, you get the comics 1 month after. They have a ton of comics. They have the entire Vertigo library in there completely. Like the 100% is in there. Most of the Black Label, I think all the Black Label stuff's there. They put out if the trade comes out, they'll put the trade out usually a couple months after it comes out, but whatever. But they have
Do you think
listings for everybody here.
they're ever going to get to a point where they put the absolutes in?
No,
Ah,
I don't think
some bums.
so. Um, all right, I went on a little bit of rabbit hole here. So Marvel omnibuzes
All right.
Wolverine, Old Man Logan. Are they mad at Steve McNiven? Because I think this is where they do a Raza cover, right? Well, no, I don't know. It says it was a Raza cover. That looks like a Bjorn Brenn's cover, no?
Yeah,
Hmm,
sorry.
that's weird. It looks, I mean, just because Bjorn Brenn's like
Bjorn.
Bjorn
Yeah.
Brenn's, he looks, I mean, because all his stuff looks like clay. It looks like a Leica animation,
Right.
right?
Right.
But that's a Raza cover. All right. But it's a weird collection because they're doing all the Old Man Logan stuff, which was started the Millar McNiven,
Right.
then the Bendis stuff, then the Lemire Sorrentino. So they give the Sorrentino a cover, okay, and they do the secret. That's a Secret Wars cover, I believe. Um, why wouldn't you be doing this cover? What are you talking about? Like you're not going to
Yeah.
do this cover?
That is the best cover.
This is the hardcover from
It is
like
a collage.
2010.
Yeah, it's the best cover. It's what shows it. It
Yeah.
should be the
Here's
collage cover and the
this is
Sorrentino.
a different cover that they did, or this was might have been a frontispiece
It's
in something
it's
else. Like,
different, girl. I'm different.
yeah. Or you want to do just listen, you want to cash
Do-
in, you fucking own it.
yeah.
You want to have a Michael Turner cover? You're not going to sell a Michael Turner Marvel, what the fuck? Like, okay. You think that this is going to
Every
sell this is
McNiven
going to
cover.
sell better than that? Like, what's going to sell best?
Yeah.
This or this? That should be A, or that should be direct market. That should be direct. Like, what are you doing? Make money. Please make money. Okay?
You're spending money for these new covers, which aren't as good as any of the old covers.
I came across this, and I guess because what's kind of funny is that this created a whole old man thing. I got Old Man Hawkeye one, I think, in a dollar bin. I got Old Man Quill in a dollar bin too. There were Ethan Sachs kind of keep continuing that going. Then
They're all
this was a
kind of
mini.
fun.
Yeah, this was a mini that I missed. But I looked up Old Man Logan McNiven, and I'm like, oh, and I was like, what the hell is this? I don't know what this is, but this was like a mini that they did from
Right.
18. But then this was, yeah, these were all the variants. And then when they did the trade, they tightened them. Where's the trade? Did I put the trade? Yeah. Then they tightened them up. That's fun.
Looks good. No, that's a good cover.
Yeah. Like, but
Here's a hint.
what do I hate though? What am I? I'm cringing because
Oh, the rebarb.
rebar's
Are you
right
like,
there. I hate rebar, dude.
let's
Rebar is the
mark
fucking
in
worst.
the apocalypse future? There's a lot of rebarb around.
When I die, I just expect me to just be like a building will fall apart and then just see me Christ-like on
And
rebar.
and one of the rebarb will definitely be coming out your side because that's where it's really good at coming out your side.
When it comes exactly, and that's how I die. All right, so there you go. So, but yeah, so I have to see this. I don't know. And there's some pretty interesting people on this. Like Stephen Eston Knight ran this. All right, you know what I mean? Like, so that's he, and I guess this was 5 issues. Did you read this when this came out? I don't remember this.
I
This is
did. I read all that stuff because I liked it.
yeah, seems interesting. This is fascinating. I think this is kind of fascinating. So Dynamic Force is coming back, baby. Dynamic Forces has been around, but they just been doing extra Dynamite variants or specials or limited prints and stuff. But Dynamic Forces was how Barucci started doing exclusive covers in the 90s and the 2000s, and then it kind of went all that market went away. Well, now that market is kind of large, that variant market. So I kind of feel like this is really fun because we've said before it was solicited way late. We've said on the show a few times that the Century number one should really have the new
Right.
Century number one miniseries from Marvel should really have a Jay Lee variant. And we're like, yeah, but maybe Jay Lee's exclusive to to Dynamite because I don't really see his stuff there. But then he has an image book coming out. I'm not sure what
Right.
the contract is on this, but I do think this is kind of nuts. So Dynamite technically, well, Dynamic Force is by it's the same building by all and large in Mount Laurel, New
Yes.
Jersey.
It might as well just be called Barucci Comics.
Yeah, so like
Barucci
so
Comics.
so by and large, so I do love that this is going to be coming out because why not? You know what I mean? Like I want one, and this is a great Jay Lee cover. They didn't put
It's a
any high res up just yet, but they put a high res a high res pen, sort of, you know. But I mean, look, man, like, and then that sold right away. So that was 7,500 bucks. So how many? So you could just make money off of this. Look, $15 trade variant. That's about right. Trade foil 25, virgin variant 25, virgin trade and variant set, trade and sign $50. Not bad. Trade variant, trade. Okay. Trade $55. That's pretty good. Trade virgin and trade foil variants at 55. Okay. Trade Scott Snyder, Jay Lee, Scott Snyder, Scott Snyder. So, ooh, I don't know. It's probably shipping is probably a little bit different here. Used to be cheaper. We would get some people just kind of like pop into the mall who were in Runnymede where the old Dynamic Forces was. This is back in 2000-ish. But Andy Lanning popped in the store when Planetary Authority came in, and he bought Planetary Authority off of me, and I was the only one in the store. And I was like, "Oh man, look at this!" And I showed him like a Phil Jimenez center spread, and he's like, "Yeah, I inked that." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" So then I talked to him about, I was like, "Oh my God, here's your hand." I knew exactly what it was, and then I talked to him about, shoot, what did I like at that time? I forget. I talked to him. I don't know if it was the Guardian stuff, and I talked to him immediately about like things that he worked on. So that was really fun. So I do like just look, everyone should get paid, you know. These were some Archie solicits that I missed, so I do think that the Archie also Global, I don't think I put it on here. Global is reprinting or Archie is putting up 5 to 10 Pep comics per week, like facsimile editions digital only. So you can go back and look at those. And they have the ads in there and then they put void over the ad, but they look real good. They're nice and cleaned up, or they're scans and then they just clean it up. But they leave the color separations kind of be there, so you get some Ben-Day dots at times. So I do like these anniversary things. This is very Katie Keene having the paper dolls and stuff. Very fun. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 300 blind bag. That's your Ito. I do like that they're now deciding that the blind bag shouldn't be just like cover A. Like they shouldn't just be cover A and nothing. If you're gonna spend a dollar or two
yes.
more, they're now saying like here's a variant, here's a virgin variant. These are exclusive to blind bags. So they're getting a little bit better. They got bad at blind bags immediately, and they're trying to course correct. This is a fun one because this is kind of like the raid. This is kind of like the one issue that he did. He had the center spread that we like just went through panel by panel. Is a one for a um, in that style, not his like painted style, you know. So I guess he did color this as well, but this is a bit more inked. So I don't know who that is, but that's fun. Looks like a it's Ito. I don't know who that is. Anyway, pretty good.
Yeah,
Panini UK. Did you see this? Yeah, I'm sorry. Is there anything about TMNT?
no,
Tms?
I was just gonna say, when it comes to blind bags, I am thinking about buying into the terminal blind bags.
Oh,
Like I wasn't going to, but
mm,
like I don't know. I just think there's got to be something fun there. Like I'm trying to pump myself up because I want more good comics. And it seems like every time I want more good comics, Kirkman's involved. You
no.
know, like there's no Marvel book. I would never buy a blind bag from Marvel or DC. But like the Terminal, I don't, you know, it's the idea. I really want Terminal to be good. I almost need it to be good. I need it to be better than Blood Squad 7. And I think Kirkman, like I think Blood Squad 7, and I'm not shitting on Paul Fry because Paul Fry's a good artist, but it never looked like it should have looked. It always
Mm,
should have been somewhere between 90s and Invincible. It should have had a different art style.
right.
And I think that's one of the things that held that book back.
Well, it's a
So,
retro
but
though. Yeah. I mean,
no, because you couldn't tell the difference between a retro page and a modern page.
mm,
So I don't know. So the point is, I'm excited about Terminal, excited about blind bags. I don't know what we're going to get. I have my own theories, like what he should do.
you want him
You
to
know,
do
who are we?
images of tomorrow. You want him to do
I
Terminal
do.
25 because we
I do.
supposedly he has 18 issues of Terminal done, or
Yes.
at least
So
written. He
yes.
said done,
So
done
he goes, by the time 22 comes out, 18 will be done. Written, he's even further ahead.
by the time issue number 2 comes out. Okay. Um, Panini UK is doing collections that Marvel should be doing, you know? I think it's kind of interesting. And I looked, we can order this. We can order this from Marvel, Amazon UK, you know? Like that's fun. So this is Marvel Classic Comics Amazing Spider-Man Punisher Strikes Twice, which is his first appearance, second appearance, and then when I was a kid, I had 201, 202, which actually has a pretty fun like. But that's when Punisher was like Widow's Peak Punisher, like balding Punisher, receding hairline Punisher,
Hmm.
because he's based on Charles Bronson basically. So, but you have good
Right.
classic appearances there. I think this is pretty fun. It's coming out in
And they're doing.
June.
Do you have the other cover? Don't they do like a different color background cover?
Yeah, I I
And it
saw
kind of
them
pops.
somewhere, and I
It
can't
pops in a
find
weird
that.
way.
I can't find
Okay.
where that is.
Yeah, I
But
saw it too, and I'm like, oh, I'll look at that later. And then I never went back to look at it later.
yeah, there because they had some other ones that they were talking about, but I don't know what I saw it on a different website. I couldn't find it after that. So, um, as these are Mad Cave solicits, I thought this book looked pretty good. Wando's always pretty solid. I did see the Dick Tracy. Why didn't it
Dick
say it here?
Tracy. What was that?
Um,
Who
Lee
was that? The
Weeks,
commercial for the movie where it would go Dick
Dick
Tracy,
Tracy.
or was
Yeah,
that the toy commercial? The horrible toys they put out for that movie.
the horrible toys. Where I think I saw the toys before the movie, and it
Were they
has.
playmates? They just look like turtle toys. They were so
They're like
bad.
turtle toys, but if you remember the blank in the movie, spoilers for a movie that's like 30 years old, um, it's Breathless Mahoney's the blank. So, but like on the packaging, I think it just has her there, and then it has like the blank like thing you put on the head next to it. You're like, okay, I guess that's it. You know what I mean? It doesn't say it, but I guess that's who it is. I think the same thing happened. The same thing happened with Mask of Phantasm. It's almost like similar year too.
Yeah, yeah.
Mask of Phantasm was the love interest, and then it was like, oh, she's the then she's it's a girl in there. So, but Lee Weeks is drawing Dick Tracy. I went back to 19 to see if he started drawing that. I'll have to put up. I thought I saved a better image of this, but it did not
I
save.
do
Awesome.
I do love Mark Engler's colors on this book. And it's so cool
I
because
kind of can't
he's
believe he's still on the. It's 20. That's so
20
cool.
and he's writing and he's drawing, inking and coloring capes.
Yeah,
And he went back and recolored and re-inked the old capes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
good for him.
Look, this book has been consistent. I kind of do have to go back and just like kind of catch up. I think I stopped maybe around 12 or so, like maybe right on Valentine's Day, the Valentine's Day, and because it's weird. Like now that I had to get used to this style, this Borgia style, but
Mhm.
now that I'm used to it, someone else drew it in a different style, but it wasn't. It was further away from why am I blanking on Chester Gould, Chet Gould's style. It went further away from that. Like this is the Mad Cave style of this. and I liked it less. Now the Franco Villa was kind
Mhm.
of like Franco Villa
Yeah,
people.
you get what you get.
This looks very much all the background characters here. This looks like the case book. I guess it was either a Barnes and Noble exclusive or Atlantic Books or whatever. They did a collection. It was like a bunch of strips from the first like 3 years or so of Dick Tracy, which was really fun because that went through every
Uh,
character. Mumbles went through everybody. Flat Top, and so seeing Lee Weeks get another gig, just give Lee Weeks all the gigs, man. What a fun person. All right, so here's your number two. This should have been number one. No, I saw number one in the shops this week. Um, and the foil will look pretty good. I didn't see the variant. I don't know if the Ryan Stegman variant, if a lot of people ordered that. I saw I was in three different shops. Two shops had it, but no one had the Ryan Stegman variant, which is like the worst cover. And what's kind of crappy about this too is that this is cover number two. It's also really strange that I guess this was the agreement at the time. I should look this up to see if this is correct. The agreement at the time, does this sound right? That so DC is publishing Avengers JLA and JLA Avengers is published by Marvel. Does that sound right?
yes,
That's how it was originally?
yes,
That's so
yeah.
weird
Yeah, that's true. That is
that
right.
you're
I
not
remember
running
that.
on the lead. I mean when you look at any of the other ones, it's Spider-Man, Batman, Batman, Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like I said, but yeah, so I guess I don't know. I guess I want to know what was that conversation about? Who decided that? Be like, "Oh, you think that, I mean it's fair,
It's got to
but
be fair, you
it's
know.
interesting, but it's fair the opposite way almost. It's like, you know what I mean? Like if Avengers sold more, DC is going to get more. I mean, everyone should, this at the time, this was the first crossover, I think that we like every element of it across, right? Like we liked every single, it was like Buziek, Perez, probably Alvey, uh, Tom Smith, like, it had everything up and down. It's as good as you can get. It's as good as you can get. So, okay. I also like this isn't like $10. I think it's kind of nuts they're doing a square bound for 5.99. Same thing with the Dark Knight ones. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that in this marketplace they should be like, look, this is just a
Hey,
cash
hey,
cow,
Mark, what am I thinking?
$9, $10. There should be foil.
Yes.
Foiled again. Rob was foiled again because this is coming out and there's going to be a foil on the regular, but not this one. This would
It's
look great in a fucking foil. What are you
it's
doing?
just
You got
it is.
speed line. Look at the flash here.
It's Dan Moore, dude. There's something about Dan Moore. It's just so slick. But come
Ah,
on, give me more Dan Moore Captain America book. Could you picture someone better drawing Captain America?
yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Like that's the thing, man. I still think his strongest, his women are the strongest. Like that Wonder Woman's dope. Like it's just
I know you probably don't even like that Superman face.
it's pretty good. But it's because
Okay,
like I think what he does is I feel like most people would draw that and then over render. He just
but
leaves it.
look how good Wonder Woman looks. Look how good Spider-Man looks. Spider-Man looks awesome,
Everybody looks
and
good. Yeah. Yeah, that
everyone looks
Spider-Man's
good.
good. Yeah, I don't think we saw. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty,
And there's
pretty good.
Adam just standing on Captain America's shield. Come on, man. Help, you're not helping him throw it better. There's the
He's
Adam,
helping.
always standing on something.
He's always standing on. Hey, Adam, get out of here! You're always standing on something. But you know what? He could like charge it or some shit. You know what I mean? That's not too bad. That's a pretty good idea. Pretty good idea. Here you go. Are you going to get this? Look at Steve Butler. Steve Butler, boy. More
Aren't
Archie
aren't we
facsimiles
just
for March. I think I
yeah,
missed this.
give me
Your
more Steven
heart.
Butler.
That's the
The
original.
Ice Cube.
The
Look
original
at that.
cover. See, they're doing the same thing here. Even Archie's doing it wrong. They're like the original cover by Bob White will also be covered offered as foil. You can do that as a foil. That's fine. It's a Jason Superman, so you're probably not going to do it, but
There's no problem with doing it both. You do both.
foils. I don't know. Maybe it is. It says,
Look how
and the foils will go for 7.9 a piece. So maybe they will be doing foils on these
I
guys.
love how uneven Pure Heart the Powerful looks. Like it is just hand drawn
Yeah,
by
yeah,
like
yeah.
a teenager. It looks like a teenage because we all used to make block letters. That used to be so much fun to
Oh
do.
yeah. I don't think I know that. Yeah, yeah. You're right. Huh.
It's
Interesting.
terrible. I like it more because it's terrible.
Yeah, you like it more because it's a little bit off. Criminal update, or I should say, non-criminal update. We still have no. There was a criminal graphic novel that came out this week. I still have not set my time aside. I got to set an hour or two aside. I'll set up my hammock in the back. It's last time I read a criminal graphic
Your
novel. I
banana
did it in the
hammock.
hammock, my banana hammock in the back. So, yeah, I got to mow the lawn then. Maybe I'll do it after mow the lawn. Be like, all right, I deserve this. I deserve this. But still no update on when the criminal Amazon series is going to drop. Please drop. That would be great. Thank you. Still nothing. Still nothing. But I do think it's funny that I think Charlie Hunnam and Garrett Hedlund are in it, but they're not related. I think that's really weird. A lot of this whole series is all about like dads and uncles and bad nephews. Like, so there's so many, this is all over. It's like an anthology. They're doing the first two trades. Um, but Amelia Clark was in an interview with something, and she said this girl, her character, it's an armed robber, and she's all tits and gold chains. I don't really remember that, but that's fine.
But that's a great saying. That's a great statement. That's how you promote a show. How's
Right?
her
Can I have
character?
that show?
She's all tits and gold chains. All
And
right,
she
you got me.
wears because she's playing, I think, that character. I think I don't know. There's the
Oh, that's
uh
cool.
yeah. This was a couple months ago, but again, same thing. This was a few months ago. This was on Amelia Clark's.
You see the
Uh,
gold chain mark? See the gold? She's wearing
I
a
see
gold
the gold
chain.
chains. I don't see her tits though. You know what I mean? Come on,
So that's
we'll
the other
see.
picture.
I mean, she
We'll see.
listen. She's done it, so you know.
We've
And then
seen
this
them.
was from this. It wrapped. This is the thing. This is from this. It wrapped in November of last year. Okay, 6 months ago. More than you know. Let's go. Let's go. Here we
Yes.
go. Bought. I still can't find this. This is still not around. I might click on this and say to notify it because I saw the plush power sword. Not great. It's not that big. It's not that great. It makes noises and shit. It's okay. It's not that great. But I wanted this Master Universe sword, like Power Sword Cup. It's only not. It's $90 minimum on eBay. I don't know. I would like it just so I can hang it on the wall.
I I have problems with Cinemark right now because as of yet, they've yet to put Masters of the Universe on the big screen. And I had to talk to management last week. I was stuck in a Karen mode. Me and Milligan were like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, it's like a movie studio thing. Hopefully by next week we'll know." And I did a little research online, and I think Tuesday they make a final decision. But Brian said he heard a YouTube commercial for it. And it's like special premium viewings on Wednesday night, and I'm like, "No, can everything be premium? Like, I'm willing to pay you more
Right.
to watch your movie on an XD screen. Is this like an Amazon problem? Is Amazon trying to be cheap? Like, oh, you put it on XD, we want more.
Look, man,
Like,
you can't be cheap on this, man. You have to get you have to get I don't know about this movie. This movie is a big X factor. I would like a two. There's probably not going to be a two. I think, listen, I kind of feel that movies, I feel like it's over. I feel like all genre is over for a little bit. We're all going to go into A24 horror movies because that they make
we
money. They cost this much money. They make money. That's it. Because what like
we're going
the
to see so many of those movies next year because of Backrooms and Obsession. You are going to see so many cheap movies next year.
if they can come from the people that are making YouTube content, sure. Because I feel like my daughter saw Obsession 3 times. Your daughter saw once, twice.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, come
yeah.
on, man. Like, just it's crazy. I haven't seen it yet, but everyone I know has either seen it or want to see it again. I don't know. But I feel like that's what they're, but you need to do, like, I feel like with, like, we saw the Mandalorian movie. If that stuff was in, how much money do they spend on pre-production? Because the movies, they said it cost $165 million. On who? Who? Who are you paying? You don't even have to pay.
Isn't
Look, and also, why, why does Pedro Pascal have a fucking mustache? You mean to tell me that he did two days of filming where he's in a pool, right? He's in a fucking pool, right?
right?
And I didn't think about this. The snake monster is very similar to the snake monster from Conan. This guy, Tennessee Fats, is a YouTube guy. He's like, hold on a second. He's like, that's not a Star Wars character. That's this villain is this. This is this ancient mythical, but whatever. Um, why? So if he takes his mask off, why does he take his mask off? And if he takes his mask off, no one can see him. But he happens to shave, and he says, you know what? I would like it if I had a mustache. Last time we saw him, he had nothing on. Every time we see him, he has no facial hair. Why I don't know. But then now he has just a mustache. Why would you take your helmet off? And also, a third of
Well,
that movie
he didn't
is
volunteer to take it
him,
off.
but he gets hit with like a tear gas. I'm like, you have a helmet on, which I'm pretty sure in
Yeah,
other stuff has like
we were all
shielded
kind of
you.
curious about that one. Yeah,
Well, because they needed 40 minutes of him talking to, like a catfish. You needed him to go talk to a catfish for a little bit, Grogu, to have exposition, and then just pat Barry the Mandalorian, push him in for a joke, for a gag. I don't know. Very confusing, very confusing. And just look, just say it was season four, because the more you denied it was season four, the more everyone just says, "Well, I can chop it here." It fades to black here. Rod of the Hutt says the same thing again. Like within 10, I thought
That
the
that
movie
is the
skipped.
Rod of the Hut thing is the weirdest thing.
Oh my God.
I did. I'm like, didn't we just see this?
I thought the movie skipped. I thought I was like, hey, and the movies don't skip anymore, right? Because I think they're just like a digital stream, right? But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm just like, hey, did you put a reel back on?
You know
Like,
what?
I was looking at the back. I was like, is this a
Let's.
different scene?
Maybe it's because he's like a boxer. You know how they get brain damage after so long.
I guess.
You know, it'd be great. I would have doubled down and have him say it again later. Like, just I'm
So
gonna make
three
an
times the
edit of that
charm.
movie. I'm gonna edit that movie where he says it at least 4 times.
Yeah, but I can't get out of my head of like that Matt Damon interview where he was like, well, the studio notes, the Netflix notes was this. We had to keep re-saying it because people are on their phones. Like I can't get that out of my head because that's what I think everything it's
Oh
we're all
yeah.
becoming dumber. But no, I feel like all the movies they have to if you have to start with a budget that's a mil 5, 10, 30, 30 million, 20, 30. You can't start at 165 million and then be like, we got to make a billion. It's not, it's over. Nothing's like that anymore. You're
No,
not
you're
making that
you're
that good enough of a spectacle that no one's going to see that movie again. No one's going to go see Mandalorian again in the theater because they know where it came from. That it's going to be on Disney Plus. Probably better
no.
on Disney Plus.
I can't wait to watch it on Disney Plus. To be honest with you, I'll watch it again, but I'm
I'll
not
never
paying to
watch
see
it.
it in the theater.
I'll never watch it. So I went on some deep dive stuff.
Okay,
I it
I'm with you for
in
it.
so
This
I'm
is
just I'm
awesome.
just looking at stuff, right? So I didn't see this, but this came out a couple like a year or two ago. So this is the Masters of the Universe Classics Vicron Ultimate Eternal Champion, which is, and I love that Mattel puts the shit out as like adult collector, right? I think that's pretty fun. Have you seen the Skeletor, the like the gold Skeletor, like the Alfredo Alcala like concept art
Uh,
that's in
we
there?
covered it on the show twice, Mark.
Yeah, I was at the store. I bought it. I almost bought it a couple times. I'm like, and I didn't buy it.
Do you know what
But
this is?
I know what this is. You want to say what this is? It's that.
It's that
Spoiler.
the original prototypes for He-Man. They're horrible. Look at look. What is that? A tank head? It looks like that GoBot from the first wave. And you got weird
No,
ass
that's
Boba
right.
Fett.
He kit bashed stuff. He just had stuff like around, and then he just had to kit bash things that he had and wanted to show because they had a pitch meeting. Like the best. I mean, there is the Power of Grayskull doc. There's the Toys That Made Us.
Mhm.
Like I'll probably watch
They're
that in the next week or so.
they're so good.
They're really good. And but when you see it in the movie, apparently this guy's going he's the statue.
Yes,
So that's really fun. So he's going to be the statue that's holding the sword because there is no power sword in the first thing. But I think this is pretty
correct,
fun.
correct.
So they just basically like gave you like extra stuff that you could make these because I think it was three exact same. They're exactly the same. So that's pretty fun because I do find it really funny that you couldn't give away He-Man toys. Now, if you look like for like a complete 1982 He-Man, you can buy a Mexican one, like a Mexican like later printed one. It says made in Mexico that you can buy it for 20, $30. It's the same. You know what I mean? It's the same with the rubber bands inside. So
Yeah.
I was looking at that, and then this was the other one that I was looking at is that they have a 112 icon. They have two heads, I believe, for this John Carter, but I like that it comes with the lizard guy. You can
No, that's
you
really
can
awesome.
pose.
These are really
That's
good
really
toys.
fun. Yeah, these I have one downstairs. I have a 112. These are $70 flat limited, so that's a possible. That's a possible for me.
So is John Carter the first science fiction character to
I
be off
I am not
to be
sure.
out of like he
Yeah.
predates Flash Gordon and predates Buck Rogers. They're both 20s or 30s, right?
Yeah, I'm not I don't have my time. I don't want to say it wrong. We'll get it wrong.
We
You know.
say so much wrong. Who cares?
No way. I'm not saying it wrong. You're not
Yeah,
gonna make
okay.
me say it wrong. Um, but that's all my news. I can jump over to chat unless you got
All right.
anything specific.
No, I think we covered all the news. Anything else extra news is that in the chat. So I find this good. It's like, hey, Dark Horse gets bought out by a conglomerate. They get rid of Mike Richardson. And then the people who are left are like, yeah, we want to form a union now. So, like, good on them. I'm always pro union. Everyone knows I'm a UPS driver. I'm a Teamster. I'm a union. Union is the only real power you have in this world today. That's why
Real
companies are
power.
so. That's why companies hate unions because they don't want
Hmm.
you to have a say. They don't want you to have any sort of bargaining chip. So it's not really like a lot of news. I'm just like, I hope they do it. I hope they come through. Because
Yeah,
what is Dark Horse? What is Dark Horse now? What are they? Are we going to have a Dark Horse in a year or two?
I don't really know. I think it's in, I don't know. I don't know who made this logo because it's interesting because again, this year, notoriously. two big publishers just got ousted. The guy who created Dark Horse Comics got fired.
Right,
Like,
right.
well, a
A,
forced
a
retirement
near a near 38, 40-year-old company.
with zero. I don't even know. Look, when people even there was like a random colorist that died this week or something. Did you see that? Then Marvel had like a full one
Yes, yeah.
page, and I'm like, who? I never heard of this guy before. You're giving him a full one page ad, and that's fine. But
It's really nice, but
I
like you
see
said,
nothing in any Dark Horse comics to be like, we thank Mike Richardson for his service and creating this entire company. There's
yes.
nothing. Now, to be fair, just like again, the Jack Kirby quote, "Comics will break your heart," which is in fact never officially attributed to him, but there are multiple stories about him telling
Yes.
people various things, saying, "Don't do this, don't come here, well, you'll get screwed over."
So
So and
what
happened to Stan Lee. Stan Lee basically got ousted as publisher of Marvel Comics at the same time. Then he was given like a fake position for a long time, and then given cameos and money, you know. So
what is Dark Horse IP? What makes you want to buy Dark Horse other than the fact that you were managing a bunch of comics that, you don't own? What do you own? Do you own the mask?
I don't know.
Do you own
Do you own
Doctor
Black Cross? Do you own Dr. Giggles? You know what I
Doctor
mean?
Eagles? That's
Like,
where I was headed.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you own Barbed Wire? You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
what?
I guess you do own the comics greatest world characters.
Yeah, right. But like, what are they? Are they
But
relevant at all?
no, they
You own
tried.
X? Yeah, I
They
mean,
own X.
I don't really
Can you
know.
sue Elon Musk for a copyright infringement? You named your website after our character.
But like, but who made this logo? Like, what does it mean? Did Dark Horse make the logo? Dark Horse didn't do a one page. We thank you for your service, Mike Richardson's. So when I first saw this, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, well, who is this? Are they organizing in defiance of the people that just bought them? Like, you know what I mean? And again, we're pro creatives, right? Because we feel like the people that took over and ousted, they're like video game people. There are reports of them taking companies apart and Richard
Yes.
Gere in them. You know what I mean? Richard
Right.
Gere, Pretty Woman.
Toys R Us them.
Yeah, Toys R Us and them. Yeah, I mean that was I blame Jerry Storage for that. Jerry Storage, I blame that's no good. So I don't know. I don't know. What's this, Rob?
This
What
is this is a secret. Now he put this on his whatnot. He just showed us a couple screenshots. There's some sort of weird extreme shorts thing going on.
extreme jorts?
So don't know anything else other than these two pictures of Blood Wolf from some sort of animated
Hmm.
cartoon. Don't know anything else, but I know that Liefeld owns Blood Wolf outright, so it makes sense that he would have started with this. Everything extreme is in the works for something
Wait,
media.
this is a screenshot of the whatnot, right?
This is a screenshot of a whatnot of his
Now,
screenshot of a cartoon.
right, but like this is from his Photos app, so
Yes.
you should go in there and be like, what's this? You know what I
What?
mean? Enhance. Go
Enhance.
to AI,
Enhance.
enhance. Like be a '90s movie and be like, wait a second, type bitty type. You know what
Right.
I mean? Be
I, I'm
Sandra Bullock in the net.
I'm in.
You know, I'm in. I got it. Yeah. So you need to go through and see. Like this is the same. This is probably a cover or something. I can't really tell.
Right.
There's a
Original
black and
art.
white image. You need to get in
Yeah.
there,
There's
bro.
pencils. Right.
You need to get in there. Like that's what I mean. You got to be really careful because I kind of feel like there was somebody famous who like put something up and then like it had like a dick pic like in their photo app.
Oh, Chris Evans.
Was it Chris Evans? That's right. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah, the dick pic was like just right there. That's so great. And listen, if it's out there on the internet, like
I
it's forever. You know what
I
I mean?
forgot about that. I forgot that we all saw
It's
Captain America's
Captain
dick.
America's dick,
Not
not to
only
be
is that
confused with his
America's
ass.
ass. That's right.
That's right. There we go.
Um, yeah, I think this is an interesting. Kickstarter has a policy. They're changing their adult content, and I don't think it's so much that they don't want adult comics. That they probably don't, but like I think at the very least they're limiting your adult covers, which is
Yeah.
interesting because I know that's how people sell these books. They sell adult covers and foil covers of adult type situations, and even Palmiotti gets these gorgeous adult covers by Amanda Connor and Adam Hughes.
Mm.
So, and
Well,
people are really pissed about it because this spicy stuff sells. Not. I don't think I have really bought anything like that. Not saying I wouldn't, because obviously who doesn't like that stuff. But like,
you love
it's
it.
interesting that they're trying to put a stranglehold on
Hey
that.
man, look, you got to Faust it. You got to Faust that shit. Like so, Faust did kind of like the whatever the new Marvel Midnight covers are going to be. You know, Faust it would have a cover overlay over top, and either have it as the other as an image the same image, and then maybe clothed, and then you open it up or whatever. I mean, there's probably ways they can work around it. I'm not sure. I mean, it seems to be more. If you look at it, it's like explicit depictions of sex acts, violence, exploitative, blah blah blah. So I kind of feel like non-consensual. Everything's non-consensual. All right, everything hashtag consent, hashtag me too. You know what I mean? So I feel like all
Yeah.
that is correct, right? Um, but I do think it's funny that the guy who is mad about it most is like Mike Wolfer, but that's not Dan. Dan Parsons is who's Mike Wolfer?
Mike Wolford did all the books with he did Grave, right? With Graves with Warren
Yeah, I
Ellis.
feel like there's a character because I'm thinking of Dan
You think Dan
Parsons
Dan
Harpy.
Parsons Harpy. Harpy? Hey guys, check out Harpy.
Hey guys, you want to check out some Harpy?
Oh my God.
Listen, Harpy lasted a long time and is still kind of around. So like, you know, so yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how much. I feel like you can do creative workarounds on this stuff, or you should be able to maybe promote something through Kickstarter and be like, go to our whatnot show, and we have limited editions, get like something. I feel like there's money everywhere. I know we said we're only going to talk about it, but there was a meltdown by Mike Mayhew this week about where you put your time. If you put your time to comic book shows, if you put your time to this, and then what was weird about it is that he just called out a bunch of artists that you should do this too. And it would have been fine if he had his little diatribe. But then
No,
he's like, he's putting people on a spot saying, like, Dan Panosian, you shouldn't do any cons. And we just hung out with Dan Panosian. And then he
yeah,
told us a story. He's like, oh, thank you for bringing me this Prophet Zero. My brother lettered this. My dad helped write this. Like, it
yes,
it sparked a memory in him. And we saw a different Dan Panosian that we've seen before. It was awesome. It was really fucking cool.
yes. We love interacting with comic professionals. And comic professionals, listen, art, writing, they're lonely jobs. These guys sit in their
Yeah.
offices all day and just draw. And so when they go to a convention, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of beloved.
Yeah.
I love this." Who's the Batman artist in the '80s? I just totally blanked on his name.
Jim
Uh,
Aparo.
yes, Jim Aparo did not know how beloved he was, and it
Right.
made his life.
Right.
Peter Cullen cried when he first went to a BotCon because he didn't know fans loved Optimus Prime so much.
Right, right, right,
Like,
right. Now they
and
have a
it,
whole, they're having the whole apology tour, which is all wrapped around the death, of
right,
children crying in their rooms.
got it.
And yeah, and Matthew Lillard recently, was slammed by Tarantino for whatever. You know what I mean? But like, what movie was he talking about? What movie was Tarantino talking about? He's like Matthew Lillard like almost ruined it or something. I don't remember what he was talking about. Scream? Maybe Scream.
That
I
was
don't know.
his character was ridiculous in Scream. I
It was
liked it.
supposed to be ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he was mad about, but guess what? Matthew Lillard, like if you watch him on different shows, he cries about, I can't believe when I went to shows how people were affected and pulled through depression. He's like, so I'm pulling through my depression by talking to people who pulled through their depression. Like it's like a whole very symbiotic relationship.
Yeah,
The fan changes have been, and I do like that Panosian kind of answered right away. Is like, well, hold on, I've had some good things, and because he was thinking about us, I think, but that's okay.
yeah. He's probably like,
Maybe
these two guys in New
these
York
fucking
last year.
guys.
Because here's the thing: is Mayhew right that like, yeah, if you stay home, you can draw. Liefeld, famous, like even though if you see Liefeld at a show, he's awesome. But Liefeld's like, yeah, I cut down my shows so I can draw. I love doing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
comics.
Right,
Liefeld also has a huge friend circle that's like, and he lives the Hollywood life. It's like insane. It's like amazing, like what he has compared to like probably what Mike Mayhew has. And Mike Mayhew's a really good artist, and
right, right,
he's
right.
really put out some good stuff. So you do what you want to do. That's what it comes down to. You do
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah.
want. You want to go to cons and meet people and get out of your hole, get out of your box. That's
Get out of
great.
your hole.
Some artists love drawing. Mark, who can you name from this picture? This is just such a. I had a list, but then I lost the
All
list,
right,
and
Dan
I'm like,
Jurgens.
I
I
got
don't know what that is. That's Ordway.
that's the best. That's the star. That guy's the star, and I'll
This
tell you
guy.
why in a second.
All right, so that's Glenn Whitmore, maybe Mike Carlin,
Yes,
John
yes,
Byrne, John
yes.
Byrne,
Yep, yep.
and I don't know what this is. I'm not sure.
Dusty Abel.
Oh, holy
He
mackerel!
he is a comic book character in real life. I think you've probably had every piece of that outfit at one point or another. You just never wore them
Uh,
together.
Not together, correct? Yeah, probably. Definitely had the half shirt. I had pants similar, maybe not the exact color. I had yeah, maybe not the boots, but yeah, that's something. Holy mackerel! Where'd you find this picture? I do love
I
the
think,
John Burns on his knees, so he just looks like more like doors a dwarf on golf, like you know what I mean? Like it's just cut,
dude,
like you can't see if his
I,
knees are
I, I
there.
love,
Just
I love the
shoes are
amount of
there.
jeans. This picture is the best. It's
Oh
just the
my
best.
God.
Um,
Now, listen, I have a Dusty Abel section, okay? So I'm a
oh
giant
no,
Dusty Abel fan.
we
I
love
have
Dusty
a
Abel.
section. I have
He
because so this would have been Agent Victory or Agent what is it? Is it right? What am I thinking? What Agent what am I thinking of? What's the guy? Agent Liberty.
Agent
So this
Liberty.
this is Agent Liberty time because basically that was Dan Jurgens either laid it out or it was Jackson Geist laid it out. It was Dusty Abel, I believe, pencils and no, Jackson Geist inks potentially. But this was around the Superman annual, probably, right? Or no, this would have
Right,
been before
right.
that. So it's probably probably Agent Liberty was at 2 years before, 1 or 2 years before that. So wow, that is that's
Dusty Abel, he got real involved with Invincible for a minute. In
whose
fact,
hand?
he
What is this? Whose hand is that? This is a hand. What's that? What is this?
what is that?
I don't know. I'll have to
It's a
zoom in on
weird
that.
growth. It's a weird growth coming out of his neck.
Glenn Whitmore, he needs three hands to ink. But man, what is this? Look at this.
So the funny thing about Dusty Abel is I looked him up on Facebook, and he pretty much looks the same except he's 30 years older. He's still got the long blonde hair,
Oh wow,
and
that's fun.
but he just and he's not quite as tan. But you know what? Like if you've seen pictures of like Dan Panosian from this era, it's the same muscle man shirt. You know,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
met Dan Panosian, he was completely out of style. It was like the first time I met Dan. Now he's cool, he's fine. But like he held on a little bit too long, like Dusty Abel did.
He's
I
still
thought
got a
you'd
good
get a kick
mullet.
out of this.
Benosian's got a good mullet going.
Yeah, but it works a little bit better.
Oh my God, what is this?
So Rich Woodall's doing a cover for Joe Schmalke's
Oh, that's my guy.
new
Yeah, yeah.
comic. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Joe
So
Schmalke is really it's just probably coming out through like Midnight Factory Press or whatever. Like Massive. So I think Massive is almost like the new Bud Plant in a way. So Massive Publishing seems to have a bunch of mini publishers in. Okay, so yeah, it's Joseph Schmalke has a company. He's got a couple different books that have come out there. 7 Years Darkness, great. There's a couple books that are coming out, but no, that's fun, man. Yeah, that's real good. Wow,
yeah, I like Rich. I've been friends with him for a
Prophets of
long
Doom.
time.
Oh, he's a staple. He's a staple of Be More. Be More.
So what this is, Eric Larson just announced that he's going to be at Baltimore Comic Con, and Baltimore Comic Con does a yearbook every year where they just take all of the biggest guests and do a tribute book to that artist's character. So this year they're doing a Savage Dragon book.
Oh, nice. Oh, good.
So, and of course, this is probably an old drawing because I've seen it before. See, because it's
Oddly
signed
drawn.
Rotley. It's signed
Oh,
Rotley, so it's old. We
you
won't
should
get
put that
back
up
into
on
that,
X
Mark.
and everyone will fight each other.
You're like, no, I just did it today.
Yeah. Bob McLeod.
Yeah,
Bob
Bob
McLeod.
McLeod, dude. So this is going to be a fun book. I think I might grab a couple extra copies because I know I got to send one to a friend of mine who lives over in the UK.
Ooh,
Jeffrey
that's fun.
Brown, dude. It is fun. It's going to be a fun yearbook.
What's shaking?
So I already checked with Woodall. I'm like, if I got a table, do you think I can get a piece of art in at this? He's like, nah, it's already kind of like signed and it's like request only. Like Nathan's got to come to you and see if you want to do a pinup in this book. This is interesting. I watched
Uh-oh.
Todd McFarlane's Whatnot show the other day. This Batman comic, which is not a hard comic to find, but he signed it the way he signed that comic with the bat symbol.
Hmm.
You can see the
Oh,
McFarlane.
nice. Okay.
It sold for $2,500.
What? It's not a sketch. Why is it over $2,500?
Mark, if he signs any McFarlane comic, it sells for $300 to $500 on average.
It's over. God damn it.
But
Now I
here's the
know
thing about
it's.
McFarlane. You know he doesn't keep
Oh,
most of his money. He pays his kids for helping him out with the show, and then he gives a lot to charity. He goes, "Yeah, I made all the money I need. I just give it to charity."
$6 shipping. Isn't that funny? $6
That's
shipping.
pretty good shipping.
It's pretty good shipping for that, but I would rather pay $30 to $40 shipping. You put that in a fucking like you know you're not gonna it's not CGC like you know what I'm saying like it's a lot it's a lot. Does it come with a COA? Like what happens here? You know what I
You know
mean?
what
Like it's so
I love that McFarlane's still rocking the chain over the shirt. Like
Yeah, that's like a Ghost Rider chain. That's like a chunky fucking like that's
The Ghost Rider chain.
you know what
That
I'm
that
saying?
that chain could come alive and poke you and grab you and get over
Yikes.
here.
Get over here. Oh man. So like
He
okay, something like this that should sell for $2,500, right? That's like
yeah.
a
Ex-
it's not a
He
quarter
he
page. About a
he
quarter
drew
page.
that he drew that during the show.
Okay.
It's beautiful looking because
That's
his inks
cool.
on paper it went for 10,000.
$10,000.
And you know what? That's kind of a deal because good luck ever getting a McFarlane anything for under $10,000. These people on his show, they're all whales. They just
Wow. So
you could never.
we could name them. It's probably fucking Dave Mandel from Veep.
Oh yeah, probably yeah, right, right.
Now I've never liked I wish that I could support Dave Mandel, but I hated his Seinfeld takeover. Hated it. Hated it. It's so cheap. That's Seinfeld like turning into a werewolf and shit. Like it's the worst Seinfeld shit. Like that's like I feel like Seinfeld was at height and then went
Mhm.
really fucking bad and then went and the last episode's fine, right? But I feel like the last episode really should be retrofitted for the last episode of like Curb, where they kind of do the jail thing again. Like they kind of do it again, and I think that's better. But holy shit, how long was
There's
this
an,
stream? You were on
like
for an
two and a
hour
half.
watching this fucking guy.
Dude, it's like 2.5 full hours at work.
Oh,
Well, that's the other thing. They do
that's good.
giveaways every
You're at
five
work.
minutes.
You're at work driving. You're
Well,
at
not
work
what?
driving with packages.
Well, I would go back and I screenshot a couple cool things. I got one other screenshot you're missing. Hold on a second. There's one other screenshot you're missing. I
Oh,
guess didn't show up, but he had the Flaming Carrot Turtles cover, like that one.
wow.
Remember Flaming Carrot? Flaming Carrot.
Yeah, I don't think it came through.
All right. That one sold for 2,900, and he was like 2,900. That's not right. He goes, "I want to do a little turtle head sketch on it or something for you before I ship it out."
20. Oh, okay. Well, see, do that. Do something like to me that it is that is not a good like I don't. Oh wait, did it come through? Let's see. Here it is.
There it is,
Oh,
just
okay.
a regular signature on it. He
For
didn't.
2,000.
Oh no, that's. Oh yeah, okay. That was the one in
It went
2,000. I
for
was thinking the Batman one.
2051 sold, but then he's like, let me draw a turtle head on it.
I'm gonna draw a turtle head on it because he was good friends with Bob Bird. He was, "I like Bob Bird, really nice guy." He asked me to do it. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, it's weird and not what I normally do, so why
I don't
not?
know if I remember that cover at all. Did he inked it or he drew the whole
Yeah,
thing?
do the whole thing.
Oh wow, shit. I don't think I knew that.
Okay, yeah,
I've never seen that
it's number
in live
27.
person. Live person? I've never
Live
seen that.
person.
Falnia won it. Falnia.
Yeah, I think that shocked him. This is just a fan name. I forget. I think his name is like John Flower or Chris Flower. He just took that. You can get the original art to this. He just colored it. McFarlane and Liefeld's like, "All right, I'm gonna buy that off you. Do you mind?" He's like, "No, let's get in touch." So Liefeld just bought it because a fan posted it. Just
What?
like that.
Yeah,
Do
but
not
what does
work.
that mean? Like, how is that? He
Don't
bought
know.
what?
He bought the rights to print
The
this.
coloring?
Yeah, the coloring.
Is what? This is a trading card? What was this originally?
This was the Wizard Youngblood Zero trading card.
Okay.
Came with Wizard, and he just recolored it for. He just had Wanma color it for a variant for Youngblood 100.
Hmm.
This comic, Youngblood 100, people. Yay!
Oh, I should have buddy. They get that. I need it. I need it. All right. That's it. Let me quickly do your plugs because I gotta go to work.
You gotta go to work.
Gotta go to work.
All right, we saw that last. We talked about that last week,
Did we? I don't remember.
didn't
Oh,
we?
I think so. Well, there he
Yeah.
is. Yeah, we did. Okay. That's good.
That's a great panel.
We
Yeah,
did it
because we were what
again.
I was doing was I was going through Youngblood appearances and other Image comics early on.
We did the pact.
We did the Pact. We did the Super Patriot. Dave Johnson. He's got a lot of Youngblood. Like that Super Patriot miniseries is really good. I don't know if it'll ever be collected because Larson doesn't have the files. This one's interesting. A lot of people like this. I like it more now than I liked it then because it's just John Cleary being trying to be McFarlane so bad.
Yeah, I like Don Cleary though. I think that's a. It's. I think it's always fun.
It's
I
no,
always think he does a
it's
real
like I liked
fun
them,
job.
and then I kind of not liked them, and then I liked them again.
Then he got hired to do Boof, right?
He
Boof.
did he did do Booth. This was me just pointing out a bunch of panels where I go, "Are you a Youngblood? Is this a Youngblood? This one's a young." Like everyone talks about like Youngblood in the beginning of Image was so important.
Oh
They were
yeah.
like the centerpiece of the Image universe.
Last
So
one's down a Youngblood. That's from what? Codename Strike Force?
yes, it's a Codename Strike Force. Yeah,
Whoa.
backup in
Hey,
Cyberforce.
Shank. Like I love that everyone here, they're all kind of like the misfits from like Dark Knight Returns. Like I'm just gonna kind of do that, you
He
know.
loved doing that.
Hey, Shank, come up with a red-eyed vigilante. Shadowhawk, call Shadowhawk. Okay, yeah, interesting. Huh. You did it, bud. Look at you. A young blood or two. That's from Wildcats. What's this from Pitt?
Yep.
It could be a young blood. It's not a race. That was like a phrase, though, right? Weird.
Now what this is, that's a parody comic by Sam Keith, but like, or at least
Yeah.
the cover is. The point is, Youngblood was going to be in more books. These are the books that didn't happen. Will Portaccio said, you know what, around issue 10 of Wetworks, I want Youngblood to come fight Wetworks. And Sam Keith said, around issue 10 of Max, I want Max to go to this tribe of elders in the Outback, but in the real world, he'd be fighting Youngblood.
Hmm.
And then also I have a solicitation up. If you'll see the other picture, the first one, I think, yeah. There you go, the second one, that one. Bedrock was supposed to be in an issue of Cyberforce. But when
Oh.
the issue came out, they changed it to Pitt because I think at that point Bedrock kind of felt like he was too much all over the place. He was in
Oh.
Wildcats, he was in Dragon, so they switched to Pitt because Pitt was also like the shiny new thing.
Yeah, yeah. See that what's really fun is that like I think that I just got and I have to find the problem with my collection is that I got this yesterday, right? The
Yeah,
comics debut. This is just a preview book, but what's interesting is it has a Valeria the She-Bat spawn, right? Which you said did not happen.
that book itself, Valeria She-Bat Spawn crossover, did not happen. But Neil Adams, who, as we know, likes to go back and redraw things, created a character, or at least reused a character called Nighthawk, which is kind of like a red cloaked Batman. And he just placed that character over Spawn. So
Has
it's the same
pencils.
pages.
Ooh,
It's the same pages, Mark,
I
but
can't
it's
shake them.
Nighthawk.
Yeah, yeah. So that's fun. And then it could, but now I need to go back and I don't know where this is from because I thought this was from Youngblood. I thought this was from Deathmate Red, but
Right.
these pages, because I want to see if these pages are colored differently or not. But see, well,
Um,
I don't know where my Youngblood prologue is because my Youngblood prologue,
it's the Deathmate prologue, right?
Deathmate prologue, I, I looked through my Live collection, it's not there. But you're saying the
The,
backup was by Silvestri, or who did the
no,
backup?
no, I'm saying the first story. The
Hmm.
Well, you're thinking is the epilogue. The prologue is Barry Windsor Smith, inked by Jim Lee, and that's
Hmm.
Solar meeting Void from Wildcats.
Right.
Solar, and the second story is Youngblood, Prophet, Kid, Berserker show up. That is the backup story. That's Youngblood and Bob Layton. You're thinking of the epilogue, which has a Silvestri story and a Joe
Yeah.
Quesada story.
Right. Right. Okay.
Both
Yeah.
Supreme Solar.
I just don't know where my prologue. I mean, listen, I can find it in a dollar bin today. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not as if I can. I need to have it in two
There's
sections,
yeah.
right? So that my Liefeld and my Windsor Smith section. Same thing with. I'm pretty sure I have the epilogue in my Casada collection and Sylvester. I have two epilogues.
Do you have
Shattered Image.
do you have any of the non-special cover Deathmate prologues? There's like two or three. There's
Yeah.
two different
Yeah.
stories. I think there's three or four different variant colors and covers. But that's yeah, there are other Deathmate stories.
Yeah. I have all those. Those are like they're like paper quality because
They're
one
paper.
of them
They're, yeah,
came in like I think a backing board. It was like a top like an Ultra Pro backing board. Like it was like
yeah,
what is this? It was a Shattered Image ad. Oh, hmm.
yeah. I like this ad because it's Tom Rainey, who I've always been a big fan of Tom Rainey.
Yeah.
The idea of an
So
Image crossover was on our mind from the start. And when Image started in '92, they even talked about a big Image wide crossover in '93. I used to have a comic shop news that was like next year '93 the Image crossover, which we never got until we got to this Shattered Image book, which is boring, not well thought out, and none of the Image 7 take part in it. It's
right,
like
right.
here's
There's
and as the week goes on, I'm gonna put in pages from issue 1, 2, and 3.
yeah. What happened? So Suprema is in this, or Supreme's in
No,
this,
no.
and then not in.
Supreme, right. Well, though there's a page in issue 3 that was supposed to have Kid Supreme and Mr. Majestic, and they change, or Kid Supreme and Supreme, and when the issue comes out, it's Mr. Majestic and Mighty Man from Larson's Savage Dragon.
Because well, it's from what?
Liefeld left.
Liefeld.
Liefeld left in the middle of this. In fact, Top Cow left too,
Yeah,
and then
right.
came back. And Pitt also left. And then at one point, Turtles show up because Turtles joined the Image universe. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
Busey literally keeping up with what's happening at that exact moment. It's a good screenshot. It's a good photograph of those exact 4 months that this came
Yeah.
out. But like,
Yeah.
if Tom Rainey had drawn this miniseries, it would have been a lot better. Like, you still got
Uh,
Tony Daniel, you still got Mike Ryan, you
right.
got other good, competent artists doing it. One's got a Travis Charest cover that looks like Kingdom Come, that's like awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
But like, I don't know, I would have preferred to see Tom Rainey draw it.
What was the other? There was another image one. It was an altered image or something, or what was the
Altered
A?
Edge. Here's what it is. So this book was put out by Wildstorm, I believe.
Mhm.
Then I think everyone was going to get permission to do their own image crossover. So Larson was the second one, and he did Mars Attacks Image Comics.
Mhm.
And the third one was Jim Valentino, which was Altered Image, where I guess he's trying to make like a young blood. He's trying to make a Justice League out of the Image characters. And then one issue actually they amalgam the Image characters, which isn't like great, but
I think I have that. I think I bought that mini, but I'm not
it's
sure where it
cool
is.
because it's Jim Valentino. But it's not like nobody ever talks about it. So, I would like to have seen other image. Like, I like the image crossovers, but by the time it's Altered Image, they're like, we're done with this. We're not
Now,
going to
can they
do.
make Image? Can they finish Image United?
They can finish Image United. And I know that Larson and Liefeld have actually continued working on it, but nobody else has.
And what do they do with that? Is Invincible in that?
Invincible's not in it, but they were going to do an Image United. Remind me, I'll show this next week. They were going to do an Image United one shot of like the other Image characters and what they're doing, like
Oh, that's right. You told me about that.
Invincible,
Yeah.
Jack Staff, Battlestone. So Otley laid out a
Jack Staff.
cover. Lays out a cover where you can see Invincible, but you can't see the characters behind him. So this one guy bought that original art from Otley, and he took the shadows of the other characters and passed this piece of artwork around. So you got a Marat
Hmm.
Michaels, Battlestone, Paul Grist,
Yeah, you might
Jack
have showed
Staff,
that on the show before.
and,
That sounds
and
familiar. Yeah.
oh, Mike Allred Madman, because Madman was being published by Image.
Mhm.
And then finally he got a Dale Keown Pitt, which just really brings the piece together.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, Image United. What was that called? I forget what it was called. But it was just a one shot. Kirkman. It's like, where's the rest of the universe? Yeah, I think we might finish Image United. I don't know if we'll get it for next year. Next year's the big. Well, every 5 years is something big, but next year's 35 years of Image, so maybe we'll get it then.
I hope we
McFarlane's
get
been
something.
drawing. McFarlane's been drawing lately, like a lot.
Do you
He's been
think if
doing all the.
these, so real quick on these Krispy Kremes, these are not
Yeah,
just straight plastic. Like I thought this may be like a cake top or some shit. I
yeah.
think you can eat these, but
Oh
I think I'm just
no.
gonna let them dry out or whatever, and maybe
Yeah,
they'll probably just disintegrate. It probably
it's,
won't
it,
work too
it's
well.
probably like a McDonald's cheeseburger. They're probably good forever. The sugar's so compacted, the
Like good
atoms are
forever.
so tight.
Oh my God, that is ridiculous. Ridiculous, ridiculous, everybody. But everyone stay. Let's work. Let's try to let's let's re. We gotta stay positive. We love. Listen, guys. We love comic books. We love. I think in all we're trying to be very pro. It's a tough time, Like to me, it boggles the mind that
We
they're
are
gonna
not.
cancel a Spider-Man comic. It seems so strange to me.
We are not a clickbait show.
No.
We would.
I'm gonna have to do my shorts are gonna start to be clickbaity because we need to get more viewership. But like
Right.
I want to do that I want to do that Neil Adams side by side, or maybe even do the Valeria the She-Bat. Maybe we could do a separate show on that. Like just do like we need to work on our lost projects because we love lost projects, and that no one really covers that stuff on the YouTubes. So I feel like that like that like this is an artifact. Like having this a 98 cent book, which if you look at it, it's literally well, there's a Mac Bolan Executioner. Who the hell published that? This is Madman Adventures. So look at this. Valeria the She-Bat, which was Valiant. No. Yeah?
No
No. It
continuity.
was Continuity. Uh Mac Bolan Executioner, which I think was like Innovation. Children of the Voyager is Marvel. That's Marvel Razor Verse or whatever. That's a Clive Barker and then
The
Madman
Razor Line.
Adventures, which was Tundra. And then you have a Deathmate. You have Malibu. This was, Image, I guess, right? And then you have a Dark Horse preview. Like this, like how did this happen? Like this is kind of a crazy artifact to have all these
That's a
preview
lot.
pages.
That's a lot of work. And did they make a second one?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But you have like, and I'll look at these. This looks the same, but I would like to look at, where some of these temp colors, like this Children of the Voyager, like is this the same? I think I have this too. But this is Marvel. Yeah, that's Marvel UK. That's Marvel UK horror line. Like, it's just crazy
You know,
having this penciled artwork in here
we
too.
should keep doing we should keep doing shows about stuff like that. Just have like just
What?
take a picture of every page and we'll just talk about it. We did it for that one hero book and it was like great. Was it hero? What did we do it to? We did it for something or a Wildstorm book and it was like really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go through this. I'll go through it and I'll find the comic that it's from the Valeria Shebat 3. So I gotta see if I can find Valeria She it's probably at this shop and just look around for a little more. But yeah, I need to get a Valeria Shebat 3 and then we can put them page by page. So see if we can do that as a midweek. Midweek. All right, everyone. Well, listen, everyone have the best time ever. Buy some comics, get out there, support your LCS. Get out there. Just get some tickets for Best Universe. We're not affiliated, but go do that.
Yeah,
Join
because I
the,
want there's supposedly after credit scenes. There's three after credit scenes or post
we need to
credit
see
scenes or
more.
mid credit scenes. I have an
The
idea of
last
what one
credit
is.
scene, I don't want to,
I don't want to know, but I think I know.
I just want, hopefully it's, let me see. What would I want? What would I want? I would want, oh, you want, okay, just real quick. I know I have to leave. Do
Yeah,
you think that there was a Keldor scene with Jared Leto and they cut it? Because Jared Leto, because of the sexual allegation things, he is not on the press tour. He was either, I read somewhere that he was given millions of dollars to not do the press tour, that something in his contract probably had him to do a press tour, and they paid him to not do the press tour. But I heard recently, and I think this is just clickbait, there's no real reporting of this, but I saw a bunch of clickbait articles saying he's unhappy with the final cut. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like people are curious because they want to see what's going on. Travis Knight's only spoke briefly saying that he killed it. He did a great job. He did a great job. But there is no, it doesn't have, it
people.
doesn't have to be
I've
Jared
read
Leto.
that people love Jared Leto in this movie. People say he's a really good Skeletor.
How do we even know it's fucking him, dude? It's no different than the fact that the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, it's like Pedro Pascal, John Wayne's grandson, and whatever the other third guy is. They gave top three billing to two stunt doubles. This is an unprecedented time. This does not have to be a person. That may not even be a fucking person. They could have completely digital replaced him. That may or may not be his chest. We don't know. We know it's the other guy's chest. He's naked. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you don't look at that and go like, oh, that's definitely him with a head Like you don't know. He may not even been there. You know what I mean? He could have recorded that shit in his closet. We don't fucking know. And I think that I feel they cut it out. I feel like they were like, we don't really need it. We can get around it. We'll write
Yeah, but
some exposition
the
scenes.
Keldor transformation in a Skeletor is really great stuff.
It's not going to be in the movie.
Oh
It's
well.
not going to be in the movie. From what I
Oh,
understand, there is zero there is no Jared Leto in this movie. There may be literally no Jared Leto in this movie because I feel like that's complete replacement. Evil Lynn, everybody else is the same giant fist guy. Oh, the fist guy, whoever's playing Fisto, who you like, the Gundar
yeah, all right.
Jorgelson or whatever the fuck his
Uh,
name is. Is bringing his childhood Fisto on the press tour. He has his childhood
oh,
Fisto.
does he?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and he looks like him
He
now, like
looks like it. No,
completely. He looks completely like
Mark,
him.
when
So
when he
it's
was
insane.
casted,
You lost
when
your
he
mind when he
I
like
did.
when he
I'm
was
like, he's
cast.
so perfect. Like
Yeah, you lost your shit.
you can't fan cast Fisto better.
No, can't. Fantastic Fisto. Fantastic Fisto. All right, everyone. Mess Universe, go He-Man. Rest in peace, Marshall Lucas. Pass. We'll talk about that next week, man. Yeah, we'll talk about
All right,
that. All
go
right,
to work, Mark.
everyone.
Gotta go to work.
Gotta go to work. I don't know. I was trying to.
I'm not even supposed to
out.
be here today.
All
You
right.
are supposed to be here.